in the recent times have gained tremendous amount of importance of thought, which a Western mind is giving to. A simple example, turmeric. You can see the importance of turmeric. 10 years ago, you would go into a supermarket, nobody would know what's turmeric and curcumin. Nobody would know that. But now, there are turmeric capsules. And turmeric is being used by literally everybody. How is this possible? This is an ancient, old spice which our forefathers and their forefathers used. And as a child, I would get injured on the street, and my mother would apply just a little turmeric to the wound. It's an antiseptic, it is an anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant. There are so many attributes, and unfortunately, we didn't know that. I mean, we knew it, but we don't know the plethora of the implications of using such things. And so, what might have suffered the development of Ayurveda and the penetration of Ayurvedic science to a Western mind is a lack of scientific thinking. If somebody perhaps did not do animal experiments, if suppose somebody were to do animal experiments and do a scientific study, like how many of these allopathic drugs have been rigorously tested in the animal world and then on to the human world, and this scientific analysis. Unfortunately, the Ayurveda, of course, I'm ignorant, and there are a lot of people in Ayurvedic world, in India, they're doing a lot of scientific investigations into the very established, the herbal, medication that they've done a lot. And I'm ignorant because I have not studied Ayurveda, but I'm aware that there are more and more people are doing scientific investigations. So this did not happen about 150, 200 years ago. So you, with a kind of a Western outlook and knowing very well established medicinal properties of so many herbs that are available everywhere in your practice, perhaps you are at the best situation to think scientifically and apply this in your practice. I think, if you were to be practicing in a community, it may be hard because of the rigors of the scientific community, which kind of asks you to put it to a test with all the experimentation and the cost involved and all that sort of stuff. But if you were to be in an institute, you can literally investigate and show to the world that these age-established herbal medications, how impactful they are in our health, and potentially with least amount of side effects. That's the beauty, right? I mean, the side effects were so very minimal with Ayurvedic medications. Just thinking back, so do I have time?
Please, we have 10 more minutes.
Okay. I was just thinking, actually, my wife, unfortunately, she's not here right now with me. She's in India taking care of her mother. But while going, she made for me specifically black sesame seeds. The little kind of sweets made out of black sesame seeds. And I love it. And she made a lot of them for me so that I could eat. And I was just, how healthy sesame seeds are. So little do we know that, of course, the ancient Arabs used it. The tahini, which is a part of hummus, is made of black sesame seeds. And in India, back in the ages, women, girls who attend menarche would be given this. And why? Because it contains a lot of calcium, a lot of bone strengthening agents, a lot of antioxidants. And people, how would they know? Obviously, that is something what Swamiji was saying, the consciousness is inside. So they know literally, that's how Ayurveda evolved, right? That is something, nobody sat down and taught you. It is the consciousness that made them aware that certain things are good for you and certain things are bad. And that is a knowledge that has been there, dormant, and more recent, of course. We are trying to test the rigors of scientific application to those things. And I'm happy that Ayurveda is kind of percolating into the Western culture more. And of course, if you go to Europe, Germany specifically, there are so many, knowledge of Ayurveda is been present for a long time. It's nothing new, but United States, of course, it is probably sprouting and growing right now. But I really wish you all great success in your practice, and may Lord Saraswati, Lord Shiva bless you with that wisdom. Whenever you see a patient, of course, I'm as a physician, I'm telling you, the most important thing that we need to do when we see a patient is empathize. That's the most important thing, empathy that we need to just express. And I think what we all should do is, it's a human-to-human interaction, right? As a patient and a physician, it's a human-to-human interaction. And so if you can interact with that soul that is in this patient in front of you, I can tell you one thing. The kind of feeling that the patients feel at the end of the treatment session will be something phenomenal. And no commercial doctor can ever achieve what you can. And always, when I go to work in the morning, I always pray, God, work through me. That's all we need to do. You just need to work through us. And that's it. You're not the owners of this work. He's the owner. So that's what I would like you all love to, and I can tell you, patients will never do. So that's the most important thing. I really wish great luck and great effort and sincere work in all of you that you've been doing to serve the community. And I pray, Lord, that He works through you and through us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramgopal Kashyap.